adults though, but we rocking, man. We rocking. We rocking. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, yo, what it is and what's good, y'all? Welcome back to 280 Plus. And it's your boy Low Steph here with another recap of The Shy episode 5. I just watched it, just got done with it, and we might have this one out a little sooner than normal, just because I'm kind of catching it a lot earlier than I normally do. I normally kind of catch it a little bit later in the weekend, but I was like, nah, we gotta get on it. And then I said, you know what? I'm taking my notes. Why don't we just like put it out and do it right away, whatever, while it's still kind of fresh in my mind and things like that, man. Got my notes and everything. Episode 5, wow, what an episode. What was episode 5 called, man? Let me look this up real quick. Let me look this up real quick. The Shy, episode 5, season 6. One of Them Nights. That's what it's called. One of Them Nights. Oh, okay. Perfect title, man. Perfect title. Yeah, man, One of Them Nights. This episode is all surrounding prom night for the young people in this show. Now, real quick, pet peeve. I always got something, right? Now I know that Kevin and Papa and Jake, I know they've been getting older, but I ain't gonna lie, and they might actually be old enough. They might even be adults for all I know, you know what I'm saying? But like I, they don't really look old enough to be at like a senior prom. Like they still, I don't know if they just picked like 3 short kids or something like that, but like they just don't, they not giving me high school kid vibes. Like, you know what I mean? And matter of fact, no. They're giving me high school kid vibes, but they're not giving me senior vibes. Like, is this not a senior prom? Because I don't know. It sounds a little crazy because I feel like Papa, I think he talks like he's 17 or something like that, but like it's not giving senior prom. I don't know. Jake still looks a little wet behind the ears. Maisha looks really young. So I don't know. What kind of prom is this? Like, is this like junior prom? Is this like do they have like sophomore prom? Because they look like sophomore, they look like freshmen for you know what I mean? Like they don't really give me that old head feel. Another thing that I noticed, I don't know if y'all noticed this, whatever, but what prom takes place in the cold? Now I know Chicago, like it's cold up there, whatever, but proms happen in the springtime. You know what I'm saying? Proms happen, you know what I mean, in May, in April, and maybe it's a little bit chilly, but like we just saw scenes where like they was like freezing cold, like people had like 40 belows on, you know what I'm saying? Like they was bundled up in some of these episodes. So like, is this like a winter prom? Is that a thing? Like I never heard of a winter prom, you know what I mean? But like maybe that's a thing in Chicago. But like that's why I peeped. I was like, man, they don't really look old enough to be at prom. And then I was like, yo, it's cold as shit out there. You know what I mean? Like what time of year is this? You know what I mean? It looked like they just celebrated, like I felt like they was just celebrating a holiday. And I'm thinking, like, how is prom already here, whatever? So that's what I noticed, man. And I was like, what the heck? Like that's wild, man. That's crazy. But yeah, man, this whole episode is surrounded by that. But there was a lot of action, man. A lot of things that kind of went down. And let's start with some real action and Tiffany's car being stolen, right? So, you know what I mean? We see her, she meeting with the weedologist, you know what I mean? The botanist dude, Cairo. Dante is there, her old bae, you know what I'm saying? They there, and then her car gets jacked, whatever, and Dante already know who it is, so they figure out that it's probably he traced it back to Douda, and they go to Douda's chop shop, right? And then when they get there, which was solid, Rob is there too, you know what I mean? So she had to call Bay right away, like she, you know what I mean, she got robbed, she called Bay, and so it wasn't no, conflict of interest or anything like that. Like it looked like Dante is like doing the right thing, whatever. And this is where shit about to hit the fan, whatever, because obviously Rob is upset. Rob works, so that's the thing. Rob works for the man who employs other men, you know what I mean, that are stealing these cars. So like he got jacked by his own organization. Like that's crazy. And like he checked him for that. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what you think this is, man? Like, how you gonna jack me and I work for y'all? You know what I mean? And it was like, dude, I was like, yo, my bad, like whatever. And he's like, yeah, man, yo, you gonna pay for this window. And Douda, man, yo, he don't play with none of these niggas, man. I was like, hold on 1 second. That's what we not gonna do. You know what I mean? Take it off the top. You know what I'm saying? But like, we made a mistake, but we robbed you shit. We robbed your girl shit, but like, too bad, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, we gonna pay for it, but like, I ain't gonna pay for it. Like it's gonna get paid for, but not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, out of my pocket, out of the kindness of my heart, dog. Like, it's a casualty of war, it's collateral damage. And I just thought, like, I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. This is brewing up, man. Like the seeds of dissension are being sown here. You know what I mean? This is another strike for Rob to want to kind of break off. And when they get their own supply thing going on, and they do start to, you know what I mean, they not really selling do that stuff, shit is gonna hit the fan. You know what I mean? Rob is already salty about this, whatever. So shit is about to hit the fan. And like I said, man, the crosshairs on Douda are like they're narrow. People are narrowing in on him, and but like he still got a lot of power, man. He still got a lot of power because, and we'll talk about his power and his influence in a little bit, whatever. But yeah, I just thought it was crazy because, and this kind of speaks to what I was saying, man. Duda's organization is just all over the place, man. They're literally doing anything right now. They're doing anything. And that's why I'm like, yo, they don't even got no discipline. Like, you got this man Douda who is a very disciplined type of regimented dude, right? You know what I mean? He don't play. He don't even get high on his own supply. And he like, yo, like I don't know. His organization is just like all over the place and getting real sloppy. And I just don't know how he thinks that's gonna bode well for him in the long run. And you know what I mean, like I said, we seeing these seeds of dissension. You know what I mean, we see his shorty is connected. And is that Tony from Girlfriends? Is that, I believe that's her, but like, she's older now, and she looked, I was like, I don't know if that's a younger actress that's kind of looking like her, or if that's Tony and she looks kind of vibrant and younger. Um, but no, like, his shorty is connected to Rob's mom. You know what I mean? And who knew? Who knew that Rob's mom had part ownership of the speakeasy that Douda be just shooting dudes out of? You know what I mean? And we got a lot of details with that. Like, first, I thought, I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw Lynn Whitfield and Tony talking, I was like, yo, she got a mole inside of his organization. Like, she got a plug, like she got a spy. But like, no, it just happened to be like, um, but she did say, Lynn Whitfield was like, yo, you gonna cash in that favor? I need you to cash it. You know what I mean? I got that favor from you. You know, I gotta cash it in when I need to. Like, I need you to look out. And then the girl was like, all right, sure, sure. But I thought it was weird, and I'm like I said, like, it's closing in on him, man. It's closing in. It's closing in. So I don't know who's gonna end up taking the shot. You know what? I seen a fan theory that kind of suggested, it looked like they were suggesting that Jabari will be the demise of Douda, and I could see that happening, right? The reason why I could see that happening is because, if Douda keeps pressing the pastor, if he keeps pressing Papa's dad, um, Jabari, as much as he's a lost soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a broken kid. But I think if he actually sees harm come to Papa's dad, I think he's gonna take that personally, and he's not gonna, I think, because he's grateful for, this man taking him in and things like that. But I think shit is gonna go left. And we seen later on in the episode where, he gets picked up for the joyriding. We see that, and you know what, they don't even tell us the charge, but we know it's probably joyriding. And we see that the father, Papa's dad, goes, picks him up. He's in that car, he's crying, he's in the backseat crying, you know what I mean, like, feeling like a little kid again. And so I'm thinking, like, yo, Papa's, you know what I mean, if Douda presses Papa's dad, it might be Jabari that pulls that trigger, man. So we'll see what happens there. But so that was interesting, man. another thing. Let's move on to the next thing. And this kind of spans across the whole episode. Like we see it in the very beginning, and then we kind of hear about it at the very end. But Kevin, man, talking about moving to LA, he gets his opportunity to perhaps further his gaming career and move to LA. And he's having conversation. He had a conversation with I was about to say Jacob Lattimore, Emmett, and I don't know, like it seemed like obviously Emmett is like, kind of wants him to kind of stay. I think he looks at him as a little brother. I mean, he is dating his sister, but he's always kind of had that relationship with Kevin a little bit. And I think he's just kind of missing them. But like, I think, there's something to that where like sometimes like people try to pull you back home, even though when you might have outgrown a certain area and people are trying to kind of pull you back. It might be a little bit unrealistic for him to kind of just go out there and think he's going to live. However, if he has the accommodations like they're promising, I think it could be, since he's so young, why not just do it? Like why not encourage him to do it? And that's why like Jake, like at the end, he encouraged him. But so if I had to predict anything that goes with this, he brought up to Maisha, right? Maisha, he's talking about her career. And she's like, yeah, I would, yeah, I mean, definitely move out there. So this is what I think is gonna happen. I think at the end of the season, it's gonna be a decision that he is gonna probably move to LA, but him and Maisha are gonna go together. And it's funny because I think Jemma's gonna get kind of wind of it and she's gonna be jealous of it, but then Maisha's gonna kind of see a little bit further as to why Jemma has been acting weird. Because she might even show. I think we're gonna see like her express some jealousy about Kevin a little bit at some point in time. But if Kevin is the catalyst for her to move to LA, I think Gemma's gonna try to ride the coattails a little bit, but Maisha is gonna kind of be able to detect and say like shorty, like I kind of appreciate what you was trying to do for me for a while, but like you trying to come up off me and like I think I could earn I think I could earn some opportunities on my own. So I think we're gonna get that conversation. But yeah, it'll be I mean, I think it's gonna be at the very end of the show. So it's gonna be sad to see him go, but like it's gonna be part of the ending of the show anyway. So we wasn't gonna see him. I mean, unless they was gonna do a spinoff, which I think that would be kind of dope because we're gonna need a show that kind of replaces that. Like I wouldn't mind a spinoff just about the kids and then like their lives. I mean, outside of their regular families and things like that. So I don't know. I don't know where it's going, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see like I said, Kevin elevate a little bit. So what's the next thing? Okay. Next thing I wanted to touch on was next thing I wanted to touch on was Keisha losing her job, right? And that was a sad scene, man. Like, we see her get fired, we see her crying, they talk about budget cuts. But one thing that they mentioned was the fact that she was expendable, and the reason why she was expendable was because she had a history of being tardy. Why was she tardy? Why was she late a lot? Well, it's because she blame and the thing is she blames it on Emmett, whatever, helping Emmett out, whatever. And the thing is, it could be a little bit of both of them because it's easy to kind of use him as a scapegoat, but y'all obviously not being proactive with whatever planning that y'all got. Y'all both not being proactive about it. I mean, and Keisha seems to be like a girl that is pretty focused and very organized and knows how to put things together and plan, and she seems very meticulous. And for her to only look at Emmett and blame him for her being late instead of like thinking like, well, why didn't I come up with a solution that will help both of us as well? Like, why didn't I contribute to a solution? I don't, that was a little bit uncharacteristic of her. But what I would say is that like, yeah, she has what I would call like this success resentment, almost like this victim's remorse. Like, I mean, instead of survivor's remorse, like the opposite, where basically I feel like you got two partners and then one elevates and then the other one isn't, and the other one is trying to elevate, but like they can't, I mean, they can't elevate. And obviously they tie it back to like she's going through stuff, man. She's going through some mental things. She's going through probably bouts of PTSD, probably bouts of depression and things like that, because we know that she faced some really traumatic things, whatever. But it wasn't fair of her to, like, I just thought it wasn't fair of her to kind of place the blame. And like we see that, like, yo, um they might be just a little bit too young to be in this kind of relationship. And I think that's one of the things where you have old school adults that talk about not shacking up and things like that. Or even like nowadays in this dating space, you have a lot of people that talk about um not doing wife duties when you're not married and things like that. Shacking up with somebody, trying to blend families and you're not married. Y'all bought a house and y'all not married. And excuse me, it's putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on their relationship. And they're not I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're ready for half of the commitments that they're taking on. Being in a relationship is enough of a commitment, but think about being in a relationship and then now we're gonna live together, right? You know what I mean? Not only are we gonna live together, we both got kids, so now we're gonna integrate our families together. So you got that mixed family dynamic, right? Y'all bought a house together, you know what I'm saying? You got that, whatever. Um, only one of y'all has stable employment for real, for real. Because even if she was the aide and she was, even if she kept that job, that's, I mean, it's steady in terms of probably stability, but which it wasn't, you know what I mean? But in terms of money, in terms of income, it's probably not something that's really steady at all. So you have all those different factors. Like I counted at least five, and there might be some other things, you know what I'm saying, in there. You have all those things, and then you don't have that commitment of marriage. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna feel the pressure, you know what I mean? But I think you're never gonna live up to what you think this relationship could be, because you put the cart before the horse. And the only thing that would make things even more complicated is if, like, Keisha pops up pregnant. If Keisha pops up pregnant, then this is even worse than it already is. And it's gonna complicate things even a lot more, because then they have, not only they have like a financial tie with the house, they'll have like a forever bond with their kids, and their kids are already integrated. So it'll be just weird. But like, again, it won't be good. It will not be a good sight. But yeah, Keisha is definitely, I hate to use the word jealous, but I feel like, yeah, she's envious though. She's envious of what Emmett has and the success he's experiencing. She said, I don't need you to lean on me for everything. Again, doing wife duties when you're not married, you're not ready for that, shorty, because you know what I mean, your relationship ain't really at that level. But y'all trying to make it work, and that's good. But it feels like it's detrimental to both of y'all, to be honest, at this point. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I think I don't yeah, man, this whole season has been, their relationship has been bad. So maybe after therapy, yeah, I mean, I think maybe she goes back to school and maybe she becomes a therapist or something like that, or like a something that helps victims. I think she could do something like that. Maybe she gets into the political sphere, or just the nonprofit sphere, and start to help that way. But as it stands, man, I don't see them making it throughout the whole season. But it ain't like they're gonna go nowhere, because Emmett, he can't go back to Tiffany right now at this point, and then Keisha don't got nobody to go to. So they probably will make it work, but they're gonna have to do a lot. So we're like halfway through the season right now. So there's a lot that needs to happen if that's gonna be the case. So we'll see. We'll see. So other than that, I got a couple more things I wanted to touch base on. And so one thing was Rashaad, right? So he got these money problems, man. He got these money problems, and it's a couple things with Rashaad that we can kind of get into. So we saw him take the big stack for working the chop shop, right? He said it was a one-time thing. He's not going to do it again. Um, you see at the end of episode 4, Jabari asked him if he could stash the guns. He walks away. He's like, "Nah, I can't do it, man. Like, y'all crazy." Right? So I knew that he was going to be doing things. I talked about it in my last episode, that I knew he was going to resort to doing some stuff that he wasn't supposed to be doing, but we didn't know what it was. He obviously sees that there's some error in his ways, and he don't want to keep repeating it. So he don't want to do this gun stashing thing. So he wants to go legit. So Darnell, he had that conversation with Darnell where they were talking about this business, and he does some work, and he makes $100 for the day, and he's like, yo, $100, that's it. Obviously complaining. Darnell's like breaking it down to him, like, yo, man, it's all right, man. Slow money, like it's steady, like it could be steady. We can grow. And Rashaad's not feeling it, man. And Darnell had a real conversation with him with just basically being like a team player. And he basically like, yo, man, if you can't be a team player, if you can't, accept the role that you're kind of in right now, um, you're gonna need to speak up, whatever. You're gonna need to say something, because there's no need to grow resentment for somebody if you didn't communicate with them what the problem was, right? So I think that happens a lot of times in relationships. People have these unspoken expectations of their partners, but y'all didn't even have the dialogue to like really, kind of work through what you're trying to work through. So it was that, and then Jabari presses him again because Jabari got pressed by Douda. Douda dangled this Lamborghini truck. You know what I mean? He dangled it in front of Jabari's face and was like, yo, this is your prom ride. He took him to the back. He showed him the guns. He's like, yo, you still ain't stashed these guns yet. What's up? And he's like, yo, I'll take this motherfucking car. If you don't get these guns stashed, I'm gonna take this car. And again, I don't know why Douda's organization do not have not one stash spot. They just keep having their goons press people that ain't even part of the organization. You know what I'm saying? So he presses Rashaad again. Rashaad ain't with it, but he was like, yo, I got 2 bands in my pocket right now. He give him that 2 bands, and Rashaad was like, all right, we'll figure it out. Nigga put the shit in advance, man. So I don't know, man. That's always risky, man. Doing even if you're doing something temporary, once you tied to somebody like that, whatever, those people think they those people who think they could keep coming back to you. They can keep coming back to you. They can keep coming back to you with money. You know what I mean? And then once you refuse, they're gonna hold it against you that you took money from them before. So now you owe them. Now you're gonna owe them. If you refuse a deal after you take money, now you owe them. You know what I mean? So with Rashaad, man, it's funny because there's another podcaster that I seen on Instagram. I gotta get at his name, but if I put this at his clip, I'm gonna add him, I'm gonna tag him, and yeah, he was like, yo, man, yeah, Rashaad going back to jail, and I was like, yeah, it looks like it, man. It looks like he definitely is about to go back in the pen, and it's gonna get dark for your boy. So he got to figure it out, man. He got to figure it out, and it's only him that could figure it out. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Um, a little topic, whatever that I noticed, but I thought was interesting was Jemma and I think her name is Tierra, but we see Tierra and she makes an attempt to bond with Jemma, right? And the dad is intrigued, man. He likes it. Like he's like, yo, damn, they about to bond, whatever. So they go prom dress shopping, right? They come back. You know what I mean? She gets her dolled up, you know what I mean, gets her a nice dress. And really, she literally comes downstairs looking like her, like the hair. It was the hair, obviously, you know what I mean. You got the brown skin and things like that, and she comes at makeup. She comes down looking like Tierra, and her dad starts spazzing, and I was like, "Come on, man, you wilding right now. Like you're wilding right now." So he starts spazzing. He tell her that she can't wear the dress. The dress was probably form fitting, right? Because I remember the dress, but it wasn't like it didn't have like I didn't notice. At least I didn't notice. I didn't see like parts of her skin showing for real. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? Like you got dresses that got a crazy breast line, you know what I mean, neckline, breast line type joint. You got joints where like the torso is out. You got joints where the hip and the booty is out and stuff like that. And this dress seemed pretty like mature and like mature might be the wrong word to use because he don't want her to look mature, but like it looked classy, I guess. It didn't look tasteless, it didn't look tacky, it didn't look like she was overexposing herself. So he was tripping, and then obviously she runs off, and Tierra's trying to talk to the dad, and he's like, yeah, I mean, it's my daughter. I mean, you can't tell me how to raise her. Yeah, I mean, she don't need to be looking like that. She don't need to be looking like a hooker. And obviously, I knew where this was going. He said that, whatever, and then Shorty was like, "So what are you saying I look like?" Because she's like, "Yo, I inspired this look. I mean, I made her look like me." And so you saying that your daughter, I look like a hooker too, you know what I mean? And he had to eat his words, and we don't know the aftermath of it really, other than the fact that she did go. Now I'm thinking like, damn, what dress did she wear? Did she matter of fact, hold up. I got pictures. I got some pictures of this episode. Did she end up wearing the oh no, wait up. Damn, did she end up wearing the dress? No, yeah, no, she's no, wow. That was not made a featured part of the episode. So Jemma ends up getting another dress. She wasn't wearing that because it looked like she was wearing like a goldish dress the first time, and then the one that she's when they have like all the group photos, she's in like a white dress, whatever. So like, oh, that's interesting. That's yeah. So well, but I think Marcus is in the doghouse now with his shorty after making those comments, and I'm like thinking like, bro, what you thinking? Like, why would you even say that? But he gotta live and learn, man. He gotta live and learn. And then other than the Joy yeah, Jabari getting booked with the young shorty with Vic Mensa's sister. That was like a thing. The only other like plot point that I thought, and I do want to readdress this, and I ain't gonna lie, this the first time, I think this might be the first time in the whole show that I learned what Keisha and Kevin's mom's name is. Now she does have friends, and the friends might have dropped her first name every now and then, but I did not know that her name was Nina. I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't even remember that. Like, I don't remember her name being Nina. So I know her name now. So we got Dre and Nina, and wow, like yo, I said, why did they bring this woman into this show? Why did they bring the love interest into the show? To give Dre temptation now? Like why are they gonna give her temptation now in the last season, right? Well, the thing is, and Dre was solid. The girl was asking her to go get coffee. Dre was like, "Nah, I don't think that's a good idea." But what they take us into a scene where Dre and Nina are arguing about her text message, and she like, "Yo, you got a lot of activity going on there. You texting her late at night, things like that." And surprisingly, Dre was very nonchalant about it. Dre was very flippant about it. And like as much as it seemed like Dre was solid and like kind of willing to kind of solidify things with Nina and make it known that like, yo, there's nothing going on, she kind of backtracked and was like, yo, it ain't even that serious. She basically was gaslighting her wife, and she was like, nah, it's not even that serious. You know what I mean? You know, oh, you shouldn't be texting her late. It was 11 o'clock. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, 11 o'clock is mad late to be texting somebody that's just a friend. You know what I mean? See, that's the thing. Texting the ex is weird, I guess, unless you have kids to the ex and y'all got to communicate. But even still, even if you got a co-parenting situation, there really ain't no reason for your co-parent to text you at 11 at night. There's no reason for it. Um, maybe if they work like third shift, and I don't know, but even that, like, why? What do we need to talk about? If you at work at third shift and I'm home, we don't need to talk about nothing. So yeah, Dre was not really solid there. And I guess that's the question, man. Like, can you hang out with an ex, and to what extent can you hang out with an ex? That's what I was wondering. But Dre talking about like, yeah, we just been hanging out a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking her though. And then she pulled the button on her. Like, she pressed the button on her. She was like, because Nina was upset, and she's saying like, yo, you shouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? You living your best life, and I'm wasting my time away, whatever. And like, basically insinuating cheating. And Dre was like, oh, you got room to talk. And I'm thinking like, damn, Dre, like, didn't that happen? Yeah, I mean, you acting like you solid, you know what I mean? Like, and everything is cool, but you still are hurt by what she did. So it's like there's like a weird conflict or interest type thing too there. Like, so it's like, I don't know, like it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Um, but we'll see, man. We'll see. And I think Dre's cheating. Dre is gonna cheat before the end of this season, and then Nina's gonna have to come to grips with what she did, and they're gonna have to kind of basically meld together and be like, yeah, yo, we forgive each other. I mean, we both got our licks off. You know what I mean? I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I said both got their licks off, and you know, what I mean, they both there. It's a same sex marriage. You know what I'm saying that's wild, nasty, but my bad. I didn't try that, but yeah, they both got their licks off. Like, hopefully not literally. Well, one did. One got her licks off literally. Dre, hopefully she don't, but she probably is. But I think they're gonna have to come to an agreement where it's like, nah, like we want to be together or we don't want to be together. So I don't know, man. It was an action packed episode. Man, Vic, this politician position, this alderman position, is gonna be the death of Vic. And we seen at the very end he's getting questioned by the FBI. So they found that body. And what's he gonna do when the crosshairs get tighter on him? You know what I mean? Would he give up Douda? He can't really talk too much. If he talks too much, it's definitely going to affect his position, you know what I mean? And then even his campaign manager is with the guy, which I didn't know, I didn't know he had a boyfriend. But yeah, he's with the real estate broker guy. He's with the real estate broker guy that got Emmett the house, helped Emmett find a car. And he's in business with Douda, but he don't know the bad side of him. And Vic is trying to just relay the message without giving out too much information. But telling your campaign manager, chief of staff, that he helped you dump the body, I hope this guy is a vault, because that's wild. That's a wild thing to say to somebody. You know what I mean? Because then the question is, well, what body? Well, yeah, the body is Q. The body is who people want revenge on you for. So it's getting crazy, man. I love it. I love the Shy, man. I can't wait till episode 6. I don't like, though, how the Shy, they don't show us a trailer right after the episode. Like, I like shows that are like ready with the trailer. It's like they do it like the week of, or the week, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's about to come out. That's when they'll put the trailer. And I was like, no, you can do 2 trailers. You can do like the mashup trailer where you don't really tell us nothing. And then you can give us the trailer later in the week that gives us actual detail as to what might happen next. So I don't know what y'all think, man. What y'all think about episode 5, right? One of them nights. Again, them kids ain't old enough to be at prom, man. And why was all them people wearing coats? Who knows? But I caught it. What y'all think, man? What y'all think about my predictions? What y'all think about the recap? Please leave a comment below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this with somebody. If you know anybody that likes to Shy and they feel like they don't got nobody to talk to about this show, and they're trying to talk your ear off about the show, just send them my way. And I bet you they'll get a kick out of it. And if y'all want to have a conversation about it, just hit the comment button. And we can have a dialogue, man. I love to talk to the audience about my theories and what I think, and whether or not I think this stuff is gonna play out. So yeah, man, this is another recap episode of The Shy from the 280 Plus podcast. And I'm your host, Los Dev, and I see y'all. Peace.